Welcome to the Slice Podcast, where I give you a slice of my mind. I'm your host, Christopher Martinez, and this is episode 7. And it's been a very, very long time since I last did a podcast. I know, last time I did it was probably late October with my guest, Rodrigo. And, now, since it's now, a lot of time has passed and a lot of things have happened. So, let's talk about them. I kind of have it organized because I've been making a list that I had to erase because I had it on a whiteboard. But I'm pretty sure I can conjure up whatever it is in my head. And as you can see, I have a new background. It's not just the wall right there. This is my bed. It's not just the wall right there with the bed as a background. I have a new background where it's my movie posters. Got these for Christmas. There's Thor, there's Venom, there's Joker, Star Wars. I mean, I've had these two before I got these other ones. I've had these two when I went to Stockton Con back in 2018 for my birthday. I thought that was cool. I have Infinity War, Guardians of the Galaxy, and X-Men Days of Future Past. You know, just all movies I really like, except I haven't seen Venom. And I'm kind of dreading the moment to watch Venom because I've heard so much about it. And I believe the people who say that it's not a good movie and that it's just either a fine movie or it's bad. But one day I'm going to watch it and it's going to be whatever when I watch it. I bet. So yeah, since the last episode, I've been posting skits. I've been posting a lot of movie reviews. And no podcast though. So hopefully, because of what's been happening as of recently with the coronavirus, I get to film more episodes of the podcast. You know, follow the life of me, because I am so interesting. So here at Sac State, I downloaded this app called Wildfire, where I was introduced to it from my roommate Devin. You might have seen him in a couple of my videos. He was in the 3 Idiots Go to Wingstop video. So I've been having an issue with my GoPro recently. I tried to film an episode a couple weeks ago, I believe. And I would say that I got about an hour into it, but it kept turning off and on, and I'm not sure at what points it kept turning off and on. And that kind of pissed me off a little because, you know, I could have had this up a couple weeks ago, but then my GoPro started messing up, and then I was just too pissed to even do another recording of it. So, hopefully this doesn't keep happening, and if it does, then I'm probably screwed. I've been using the SD card might be bad, I'm not sure. The same one I've been using for God knows how long. Dumb micro SD card. But anyways, alright, let's get back into it. The coronavirus, it shut down a lot of... Anyways, I was talking about Wildfire. Yeah. A friend had told me, my friend Devin, who's been in some videos, the Penny skit, when I pretended I had fan mail, and the 3 Idiots Go to Wingstop video. He had told me, hey, so someone told me that someone was talking about me on this app called Wildfire, where it's basically a subreddit for a college campus, except that it's, I guess, more nice or more people use it. So I was like, oh, let me see what's up with this app. And it's pretty funny. People complain about stuff on campus, you know, pretty recently. I guess it's easier to use than Reddit, but it's extremely slow. And a lot of people would talk about how glitchy the app is. I just go on it every day so I can see what people are complaining about. And they were complaining about the coronavirus because that's a thing. And people are freaking out about it and buying toilet paper for no reason. Because toilet paper will always be made. People need toilet paper. So as it goes out of stores, they're gonna keep sending more, so it's gonna be fine. I don't care about this whole coronavirus debacle thing because there's always going to be stuff to get at the store. I hope, because a lot of shelves are completely wiped empty. We went to go buy toilet paper the other day. It was like $20. I mean, yeah, I know toilet paper is expensive, but Jesus, $20 for like a big pack. I mean, when it's usually like, I don't know, 15, I don't know. But anyways, that and there was barely anything left. So all we had to choose from was the big bulks. But what was I talking about wildfire for? Yeah, so all the kids were complaining about wildfire on campus, and a bunch of other schools were shutting down campus, either no classes at all or moving their classes to online. And I didn't want that because I have a couple classes where like the person to person, professor to student in person stuff is very important, like my film theory class or my non-studio video production class where we get to use cameras and lights and stuff. So that's gone. Everything's online now. And I'm staying at the dorms. A lot of people are moving out. I'm staying at the dorms because I have work here. So that's another thing. I got a job here in Sacramento. Not as luxurious as my summer job working at a tomato factory. But I can't say what it is either because of something that I signed. I can't say what it is. And usually I have my shtick where I wear a hat in the podcast. Like I wear my Kangos or I'll wear my, I wore my work hat over the summer. And I had said I told my manager in the beginning, can I wear my work hat? Because I have this little shtick. And she said, no, you can't. And I can't say where I'm working, so I'm just going to say I'm working fast food. That's it. I'm just going to play some Halo real quick. I had this set up so my desk is right here. The GoPro's on this thing that I got for Christmas from my sister, which is really cool. If Christina ever sees this video, thank you for this GoPro tripod device thing. It's really neat. I really like it a lot. But that's not the only thing I got for Christmas along with the posters. I also got a new camera. My parents are like, yeet yeet, you got a new camera. It's a Canon EOS RP and it's really, really nice. And that's what I use to film my movie reviews. That's what I use to film the Wingstop video and everything. So this podcast is going to have a lot of jumps and cuts in it, and that's going to piss me off. So I'm probably going to have to buy a new SD card for this GoPro. You don't understand how much this is pissing me off. But luckily, it's a big blinking red light that I can see. So I'll be able to notice if it turns off or on, and I'll be able to catch myself when I'm saying something. So anyways, the last thing I was talking about, work, gonna play Xbox, got Christmas. So I got a new camera, and I'm actually staring at it right now. It's in my bag. And a really, really nice camera. God dang it. They're saying the servers were down the other day. I guess it finally struck me now. But the camera, really, really nice, and I can't wait to shoot a lot more stuff with it. I'm gonna be working. I'm gonna take this time to talk about what's gonna happen to the channel. What's gonna happen to this YouTube channel? Because I had wanted to film my short series piece by piece, but that didn't work out because I didn't like the story. After a while, I thought that it would have been too repetitive because the whole story is these people that live as action figures don't remember their past lives. So they have to do something to trigger it and fix this mistake they made in their past life so that they can go on to the afterlife. Whatever the afterlife is in this world that I'm making. But I didn't like how repetitive it was becoming when I was writing it. I was probably in episode 4 while writing, and I just thought to myself, I don't like this. I've been thinking about it for 2 years. I've had this idea for nearly 2 years that I've been working on. Characters, story beats, how it's gonna end, how it begins. I actually filmed the first episode twice. One using an old Sony handy camcorder, whatever, and the other using my phone. And I didn't care how it looked. I just cared that I was able to I could have gotten the story across. And I wasn't really getting much out of it after a while, just because of how repetitive it was going to get. So I decided that I'm going to take piece by piece and not make it a short series, but make it into a 20 to 30 minute short film. Either that, or I can probably I can probably make a legit short movie about 40 minutes, maybe an hour of this. Only using one character, the main character that I had originally for the series. And I wanted to get the series out by the end of February, the first episode, but work doesn't want me to be happy. All my free time, when I'm not in class, I'm either doing homework or I'm at work. And as of recently, I'm a closer. I close at this fast food establishment that I'm working at. Why doesn't it want to turn on? So I have classes during the day and I close at night most of the time. Wednesday through Sunday I close. But I'm only a part-time worker, but still, it still kind of sucks. Jesus Christ, why do I want to turn on? Is the light not on or something? What the heck? My Xbox is tripping. But anyways, yeah, work doesn't want me to be happy. I only have Mondays and Tuesdays off, but that was because Tuesdays I have to have off for class because I'm busy. I was in classes all Tuesday practically. And with the whole thing that's going to happen with online classes is that either we have them during when we're supposed to have class, or it's just going to be set up in modules that we have to complete. Which I'm fine with either or. I don't really care how it goes out. I just care that I'll be able to still do my classes. It just sucks that they're not in person, which is what I prefer. Thank God. But still kind of pissed about that, but I still gotta stay here. And the only times I really get a chance to play video games is either late at night or early in the morning on the weekends. Or just in general at night. I come home from work, I play a couple games of Halo, go to bed at a pretty late time, and still manage to wake up on Tuesdays and Thursdays for my morning class that I have. It's whatever though. I don't want to complain about it because I'm still working. I'm still making some money. In regards to updates to the channel, I'm going to work on some new sets of videos that I want to make. Morally, where I reviewed movies that I should have seen. I'm gonna call it About Time, where I watch a film that I should have seen because it's an amazing film. And I think the first film I'm gonna do is Casablanca, because I have the DVD. We've had it for some time, and I've just never watched it. I don't know why. It just never happened. The second series that I want to work on alongside with that is something I'm gonna probably call moldy cheese or something, where I talk about bad movies, like in the sense of Ralph the Movie Maker. On YouTube, one of my favorite YouTubers, Ralph the Movie Maker. He just talks about just straight up garbage movies, and they're pretty funny, pretty entertaining videos. And I think the first one I want to do is probably Aladdin 2019, just because I heard how much it sucked. And I'm pretty sure when I watch it, I'm gonna hate it anyways. Anyways, I guess I'm not gonna play Halo, because the servers are down, and Halo 5 offline is garbage because there's nothing to do besides the campaign, which is a shame because there's so much to do with the other games, you can do Firefight, you can do Forge. You can't even do Forge offline in Halo 5. That's how garbage this game is. No, I'm gonna play. Where are they? I'm gonna play Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Bought this game a while back. Haven't played it in some time. It's probably been a week and a half since I last played this game. It's freaking amazing. I really, really like it. Not just because it's a Star Wars game, but because it's fun to play. And has a great story too. I'd actually like to hear what's going on in this game, so I'm gonna have to plug in my headphones. Just the right bud. Only the right bud works. These got messed up some time ago, and I have these new headbuds that I use called H buds, which is probably what the H stands for. Oh, this is a shame. What do you mean you can't get my last saved data file? Or my last saved data? It's on this Xbox. Why does everything have such a reliance on online and games? This pisses me off. Whatever. I'll just wait some time. But what's this? No, whatever. I'm gonna get into a Q&A section in some time, in a little bit. I've had some questions saved up for quite a while actually, and gonna finally answer them. So I'm gonna have About Time, where I watch good movies that I should have seen. The first that's gonna be Casablanca, and the second segment is going to be Moldy Slice or Moldy Cheese, where I talk about just downright garbage movies and have a fun time with it. And in regards of other videos that I've promised, I wanted to talk about Ruby, which is an anime made by the company Rooster Teeth, who is most notably known for their creation of Red vs. Blue, which is an old machinima that uses the Halo games. And it's a series that I really love, but I'm going to talk about Ruby because there's a lot more to decipher in that. And I've just finished watching it. I finished watching Volume 7 a couple days ago. Actually, yes, I finished watching it yesterday. I came home from work, from closing on Friday night. Came back home. Everyone was asleep, so I thought, let's finish this volume. And I went to bed at 6:30 in the morning. And I liked it. I really liked it, but I have a lot of issues with the show. So I will make my thoughts on Ruby, where I talk about each volume as they go along. My pros, my cons. I'll give each volume a rating, like I do with my movies. And I guess that's it for that. Talk about Ruby. I don't know if you can see that. And what I'll say is that I really like the show. I used to love the show back when I first started watching it in the first 2 volumes. But then 3 and 4 and 5 happened, and I remember after finishing volume 5, while it was airing, I thought, I'm not going to watch the next volume. I don't care about anything. So I put off watching the volumes, and I just didn't care about finishing it when 6 and 7 came out. But my roommates, Rodrigo, and an old RA that I had, Malloy, they were like, dude, no, volume 6 and 7 are really good. And I was thinking, well, let's rewatch the show. So while rewatching the show, I just gave up while watching volume 4 because it's such a different show than it was before. That, and I find volume 4 and 5 extremely boring, especially 5. I think 5 is my least favorite volume out of all of them. But I'm glad to say that I really like volume 6 and 7 in that show. And at some point later this week, I'm gonna have that video up, if not the latest next week. because it's something I really want to talk about. But in terms of other videos that I want to talk about or make, I want to talk about Steven Universe, because that the show is ending. Well, I guess the main series, Steven Universe, is over, and Steven Universe Future, which is you can call it season 6 of Steven Universe. I'll just call it Steven Universe Future. Season 6 is or whatever, Steven Universe Future. It's going to end. All of Steven Universe is going to be over, and that makes me sad because that's my favorite show ever. Yeah, I really love Breaking Bad, but I love Steven Universe more. It's just something that I can really enjoy. I really enjoy a lot. But I want to make a video on that, an entire series review. I know I already reviewed the movie, but I'll review the entirety of Steven Universe, what I like, what I don't like, the characters, story beats, animation, yeah, all that good stuff. And once that's over, then that's the end of my favorite show. I can rewatch it all the time though, whenever I want to. God dang it. Servers are messed up, so I can't play Fallen Order for some reason. What happens if I try to play offline? Will it still let me play? Like from my old save file? I hope so. If not, then that's not cool. But I'm definitely going to make that video about Ruby and Steven Universe. Ruby first though, because I just finished the show and Steven Universe is going to end in 2 weeks. Actually, next week. It's going to end next Saturday. So this is recorded on the 15th of March, and it's going to end next Saturday. So, what, the 26th, I think? 15, 7, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The 27th, I think. So that's going to be a bummer. And I can't wait to see how they end the show. Alright, moment of truth. Can I play this or not? Oh, I can. Why would it ask me if I don't care anymore. Continue. Come on, headphones, just work. Please. Oh, this sucks. These headphones have been busted for a couple weeks. It's good. I wouldn't want to have the volume on, but because I like hearing the dialogue and the story and stuff, I'm gonna have the volume on. So forgive me. I don't care. I bet it won't be that loud anyways. But because you guys want to hear my glorious voice. My beautiful, beautiful, beautiful voice you come to the back of this channel for. But anyways, I've been doing that a lot lately. I've been clicking my tongue for some reason. I don't know why I do that. Alright. Let's go to Bashik. Let's go to Kashyyyk. Wherever the frick Kashyyyk is in this world. So I think that's all in terms of updates to the channel. Where's Kashyyyk at? There it is. So also, I'm going to review this hopefully soon. Now that I have more time, I want to review Parasite, winner of Best Picture and Best Foreign Film. And I'm gonna really enjoy watching that movie, I bet, because I've heard a lot of great things about it, and it's just something that I've been looking forward to from just everyone saying it's such a great movie.
Some of them are even richer than before. Not like the expendable worlds. Not like the Terra.
And as long as the Emperor keeps the right people happy, they never stop.
And yeah, I guess that's all in terms of updates to my channel, really. But I think it's gonna be It's gonna keep me productive in terms of actually uploading stuff to this channel. It's been 2 weeks since I last uploaded something, and that was just a skit that I had to make for a class. And the skit actually looked a lot worse before because we couldn't do anything to colors or anything in the actual skit. We had to present it in the way we could. And we chose the worst time of day to record it because that was the last day we could have recorded it, the day we did, because we've been busy. And when we actually recorded it, everything was way too bright. Everything was so overexposed. We could barely white balance things. So we had to throw an ND filter on at a couple points, which we couldn't even use we weren't even supposed to use ND filters really. But we did that for 1 or 2 shots. And so after we presented it in class, I was like, okay, might as well mess with it and release it on my own channel. So I did, and I think it turned out good. We couldn't say anything, we couldn't use dialogue, but I think it turned out pretty great. I think we were able to get the point across. It was Mark, he had the idea. He's the guy in the video, and his YouTube channel is linked in the description. It's funny because this game it was specifically designed for the newest consoles, PlayStation, like the PlayStation Pro or whatever, and the Xbox One X. But I'm playing it on an original Xbox One. It just looks bad, and that's not saying the game looks bad because I'm pretty sure, because from what I've heard, on the newest Xbox and the newest PlayStation, like the newest Xbox One and PlayStation 4, that they look really good. But I think just because this is from the original Xbox One, that it just doesn't look that good. A lot of things really don't look good. Like you'll see glitches in the characters. You'll see their hair doesn't look good either. And Seer, her eyes pop out so much. She's a character in the game, and it's funny. At points I laugh because this game wasn't designed to be played on the original Xbox One. It's designed to be played on the Xbox One X. It's a fun game. Just gonna wait for this cutscene to go by and whatever. I think now would be a good time to do some Q&A. Hopefully people responded to this actually. Let's see. So on Kashyyyk, and I'm gonna have to help people. Hold on, I gotta look something up real quick. The frick Star Wars Luminous. Alright, this one is a question from just a question thing I did on Instagram just now. Oh wow. Splash in the water. But anyways, I'm not gonna reveal names or anything. I'm just gonna say who these people are. I went to a high school with this guy. He said, thoughts on the new direction that Disney is taking with Star Wars, specifically Luminous. So Luminous is a project that Star Wars Luminous was a project, like the unrevealed name that they had for the for whatever they were taking next, for the new direction that Star Wars was headed in. And I think it's gonna be really interesting because it takes place even before the prequels, and I like the world building better in the prequels in the original trilogy than the sequel trilogy. And I have my gripes with every trilogy of Star Wars, more. So there's a cut there. Anyways, Star Wars Luminous, or Star Wars High Republic, it's gonna be multiple things. It's gonna be books, it's gonna be video games, it's gonna be movies, a TV series, whatever, all that good stuff. I'm just excited for something that isn't the sequels or callbacks to the original trilogy, because we get it. Yeah, Star Wars is the best in the original trilogy. And it just seems that everything that's been happening is, oh, look at the original trilogy. Isn't the original trilogy so cool? Isn't nostalgia cool? I don't care about nostalgia much. Like, yeah, nostalgia's cool and all, but do something new. Christ. That's why the sequel trilogy is so problematic, because The Force Awakens kind of screwed everything up. Why do I need an update for the fall? God dang it, whatever. Fine. Let's update this stupid game. It's gonna take forever. I'm excited that Star Wars is gonna be headed in a new direction. Hopefully it won't be callbacks to the original trilogy, because it takes place before everything. So that means no Skywalkers, new characters, new settings, new locations, everything. And that's something I think Star Wars really needs. Because, oh, look at look at the original trilogy. Isn't that so cool? Don't you remember all this stuff from the original trilogy? I don't care. Just do something new, okay? But anyways, I'm actually excited that they're gonna be doing something new with it. As I've said a million times, just within the span of, I don't know, 2 minutes of answering this question. Just don't screw it up. That's it, Disney. Really, don't screw it up. But at least they're listening and they're giving us something that isn't callbacks to the original trilogy. Because Star Wars is easily the coolest property ever, because you can do whatever you want with it. You can make whatever you want, however you want. It could turn out good or bad, but it's still creative in the end of it. So you can do literally anything in the entire world with Star Wars. And I don't know, it could turn out good. Hopefully it turns out good. Because the problem with the sequel trilogy is that they didn't go in with a plan. It was just, JJ, do something. He did something, and then he was like, I'm not gonna direct the second movie because I don't wanna do it. I'm not gonna direct it. I don't wanna have to bear the burden. And he knew what he was doing. He knew that he wanted to have nostalgia for the original trilogy, but that's what Star Wars kind of needed at the point, because people were on the hate train for the prequels, and that's what George left it off with, the prequels. And all they kind of had was the Clone Wars at the time. And so they're like, oh, let's hate the prequels, they're bad movies. But now everyone loves the prequels because they're memeable. But I like the prequels because they're just solid movies. They're not like amazing or anything. They're just solid watchable movies. And not better than the original trilogy. They're just okay movies. And I really think the only problem with them is the pacing and dialogue. I mean, they have really cool stories. George can world build really good. But it's just the dialogue is bad. And it really sucks too, because a lot of the actors, especially Jake Lloyd, was made fun of because he was little Anakin, and that this is pod racing. It's so cringe to think about now, but it's not his fault. It's partly George's fault. But no, it's mainly George's fault. Everything with the prequels is all George's fault. But I'm not gonna blast the guy or anything. He did his best to create something that he wanted to. And you know, I appreciate filmmakers that can just make whatever they want with no outside influence, really. But that's the problem with the Star Wars prequels, is that they didn't have someone to say, oh, George, don't do this because it's not going to be good. He didn't have an outside influence. Like Michael Bay. Michael Bay does not have anyone stopping him from making whatever the hell he wants. That's why all 5 of the Transformers movies are exactly the same. I didn't see Bumblebee, I really want to. But no one was there to tell Michael Bay, don't do this. The fans of Transformers don't want this. They want cool robots and cool action. They don't want to see underage girls, or just in the case of the fourth one, they don't want to see an underage girl shot sexily. They don't want to see Sam's parents. They don't want to see any of this garbage. They want to see cool robots fighting each other with a competent story. Really, the first and the third one are the best out of all 5 of them that I've seen. So yeah, rounding up this question, I'm excited to see what Disney wants to do with this because they're going with a plan, and it's better than going in with half a plan, and that's how the sequel trilogy turned out. All right, let's see if anyone wanted to ask more questions on this one because I have a buttload of questions from earlier, from the past 5 months or so. Okay, this is my sister. She actually has one. Christina, coronavirus and how you feel about it. Alright, Christina. I don't care about the coronavirus. It's not going to get me. From what I've read, from what I've seen, it will really hurt people who are old and have weak immune systems, or just people with weak immune systems in general. I haven't gotten it. I think I have a pretty good immune system. People are freaking out for no reason. They're buying buttloads of toilet paper and toothpaste. And, like, I get stocking up on food, but toilet paper? Like, buying 18 gajillion things of toilet paper? Like, toilet paper is not going to stop being made because that's a necessity. We need toilet paper. It's not like one day it's going to be, oh no, we ran out of toilet paper stuff because, we don't know toilet paper. I think that's how economics work. I had a skit where I joked about economics. Oh yeah, that was the me versus me, get a job. Yeah. But anyways, I'm not scared of the coronavirus. Coronavirus won't get me, hopefully. But it is kind of scary to think about that there is something out there that people are freaking out about, and it has the potential to really scare us all. Has the potential to really screw everything up if it happens. But I ain't scared of no ghost. And I'm definitely not scared of no coronavirus. Can I get on this? Can I get on this? That's just an obstacle in my way. Where am I supposed to go? Am I supposed to go straight? Oh, I remember I wanted to make a Life is Strange game walkthrough, whatever. But I guess that's not going to happen. Or will happen, I just don't know. I just haven't played it yet. I mean, thank God it was free. I didn't just waste money to just let it sit there. I wasted money to let Parasite sit there. I still haven't watched it yet, but whatever. We got on top by climbing on these leaves. LT. But anyways. I'm not scared of no coronavirus. Coronavirus ain't gonna get me. I think people are freaking out for no reason. And the media is just pulling it way out of proportion. Like, I get people died from it, but people are forgetting about the flu. Do people forget that the flu is a thing that can kill people too? God dang it. Yeah, so the flu is a thing too, people. Don't forget about the flu. The flu kills more people than anything. So yeah. To round up that question, I ain't scared of no coronavirus. Alright, let's see what other questions I can answer real quick. Let's do a flurry of questions real quick. But first let's see if anyone has any more questions on. Nope. Okay. Another question that I had. I'm just gonna say the names. The first question was from a guy named Sahil that I went to high school with. Let's see. Yada yada. I made a Twitter, by the way. So ask stuff on Twitter. I'm gonna put my Twitter link in the bio below, or in the description below. So I had said, for the 2 people that will see this, ask a question for the next episode of the Slice Podcast being recorded tomorrow, back on the 23rd of February. And a guy named Juan I went to high school with, a really cool guy, he said, would you rather sit on a cake and eat a dick or sit on a dick and eat a cake? That's one of those questions where you just don't want to answer it just because. But to answer it, I'm gonna say pass. I'm not answering that because either way, it's all bad. It's really bad. I don't. I'm not. I'm not answering that. Let's see what else I got. I screenshotted a lot of things from my roommate Devin from a while back. You said, what is your biggest inspiration in terms of directors and actors? Well, actors really, I don't get a lot of inspiration from actors per se. Well, I mean, like, they're really important, but to word that around and say my favorite actors, I'll just say Tom Hanks is my favorite actor of all time. I love Forrest Gump. It's one of my favorite movies ever. Does a great job voicing Woody. Castaway was really good. A League of Their Own. You know, there's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball. Tom Hanks is just amazing. Was he in Starsky and Hutch? Was that something he's in, right? Starsky and Hutch, where it's him and the dog, right? And he's a police officer. No, what the hell am I talking about? Turner and Hooch. Is that it? Turner and Hooch? I was watching, Turner and Hooch. I was watching with my dad one day, and I just didn't finish because, like, this is, one, I'm bored, two, I'm really tired, and three, this is stupid. Like, I didn't get what was happening. I just gave up. But there was another movie he had with Dan Aykroyd. I'm looking it up right now. Really, really funny movie. It was based on a TV show, I think. Oh, Saving Private Ryan, duh. Fantastic movie. Steven Spielberg, one of my inspirations as a director. He's just amazing. Big, I love Big. Big's freaking hysterical. I haven't seen Philadelphia. He won his first Oscar for Best Actor in Philadelphia. But that's something on my watch list. The Green Mile, amazing film. I love The Green Mile. It's just wonderful, really. It's one of those movies that makes me cry every time I watch it. I haven't seen Catch Me If You Can. I haven't seen Apollo 13. I'm looking at a lot of his movies, but I'm trying to find that one movie that he's in with Dan Aykroyd. He does a good job playing a Walt Disney and Saving Mr. Banks. I'll give him that. It was an okay movie. I don't remember much of the Polar Express. I said okay movie, not okay Google, stupid phone. God dang it. Now it reverted me back. But I'm trying to find, let's just search up Tom Hanks, Dan Aykroyd film. Dragnet. Yeah, Dragnet. I love that movie. It was freaking hysterical. They're just detectives. Dan Aykroyd's this, well put together police officer, and then Tom Hanks is just this. He's just basically a bum, but he's a good police officer. It's just a really funny movie. Go check it out. They're both hysterical in it, and it's just really good. A lot of cool action scenes. Oh, I have more questions to answer. Okay, in terms of directors, to finish Devin's question. Let's see, a couple of them are on here. George Lucas, amazing filmmaker in the beginning. Just Star Wars is possibly my favorite movie of all time. But my favorite movie of all time is Back to the Future, directed by Robert Zemeckis. And Robert Zemeckis is amazing. From the films I've seen of him, Back to the Future, like the Back to the Future trilogy, Forrest Gump, Castaway, just this guy's amazing. I love his movies, especially Back to the Future, my all-time favorite film of all time. It's just beautiful. I love it. The Russo brothers, they prove that they can cram 18 gajillion characters into a film and make it work. Three times with Civil War. And Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame. It's like I can't believe they did that. Just really, really, really great filmmakers. And they created a comedy show, or not, I don't know if they created it or if they just directed the first episode, but I don't remember what it was called. basically this guy was gonna get married to this girl, and then she left during the ceremony with some other guy, and then she comes back into him and his friend's life, and I don't remember much of it, but it was a pretty funny show. I want to get back to watching that. I don't remember what it was called. James Gunn. James Gunn is a really cool guy. I know everyone has all of his gripes with him, like the tweets, but I don't care about that. Those are all jokes. If you think they're not jokes, then just you don't understand comedy really. You don't understand what it means to be funny. Like he has a really dark sense of humor with those tweets, and it's not a reflection of his real life because he's not a pedophile or anything. He's not a sex offender. He's just a guy, with a dark sense of humor. Who doesn't have a dark sense of humor? Everyone's a little bit racist on the inside. Everyone loves racist jokes. Okay. Everyone just needs to laugh. Okay. James Gunn, on the hand, from what I've seen of his, the first two Guardian movies, they're just amazing. I love them. And he was a writer of I think the first two Scooby-Doo live action movies. And as a kid, I loved watching them on VHS, and I didn't really understand, like, I understood what was going on, but I didn't really understand, like, the comedy aspect of it. Looking back at it now, they're actually well-written movies and well-made movies. They're not amazing or anything. They're not Citizen Kane. I haven't seen that movie. That should be on my watch list. But everyone says it's not a Citizen Kane. It's a saying that everyone says. Like when they talk about a movie that's good, but it's like, oh, it's not a Citizen Kane. Because it's one of the most revolutionary films of all time. Possibly the most revolutionary film of all time in terms of cinematography. But, did I lose my train of thought? James Gunn, yeah. The first two Scooby-Doo films, they're well written. They have really good jokes in them. Especially the first one. And they're more definitely geared towards an older audience than other than children, but still really well made movies and just funny. They're just really funny when you look back at them now. And that's the lot of thing that happens with movies. Like you look back at them and you go, "Wow, that's a lot better, a lot funnier than I remembered," and you can still have that enjoyment as a kid, but growing up. Looking back on something, wow, I didn't realize that. That's funny. Like, especially with SpongeBob. Like, SpongeBob is easily the greatest cartoon of all time. It's hysterical. Like the first three seasons I'm talking about. Everything else after that is either like 4 and some of 5 are really good too. Mainly because I grew up with them. Not mainly because I grew up with them, but mainly because they're well made cartoons. They're well-made episodes, and they have cool stories. But the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob are just gold, lightning in a bottle. And nothing will ever make those episodes not good. They're all really good episodes. And it's just the peak of cartoons. SpongeBob, the first 3 seasons, they're just amazing. I laugh so hard every time I watch them because it's such a bizarre concept, but it works because the writing is good. And the animation it still holds up. It's easily better than what they're doing with it now. And even the movie is amazing still, and it still holds up. The first SpongeBob film, the second one's pretty good too. I remember we watched it a while back, me and a couple friends, and the second movie's pretty good. It has some of that SpongeBob pizzazz, has some of that modern SpongeBob stuff, and I like it. But rounding up that question, Zemeckis, Spielberg, a lot of really generic answers you'll hear from people, but that's because I haven't branched out so much into other films as much as I wanted to. But thanks to some of the classes that I've taken here, I've been watching a lot of foreign films and broadening my horizons. Yeah. And people tell me, how can you be a film person if you haven't seen The Lord of the Rings? Like, sorry that I haven't spent 11 hours of my life watching 3 movies and having to watch the director's cut because that's the real way to watch them. Because there's so much in the theatrical cut out. Like, have you seen Tootsie? Have you seen old black and white films? Have you seen short films? Like, like movies used to be like 30 minutes long. Have you seen Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin stuff and Fatty Arbuckle stuff? Have you seen Barbara Stanwyck movies? Have you seen The $1 Million Duck? Come on, you can't be a film person if you haven't seen The $1 Million Duck. Come on. Have you seen what the hell is it called? Saving Face. That's a really funny movie. Saving Face. Um, it's about a Chinese woman who's a nurse, but she's a lesbian. Her mom has to move back with her because I think her husband left her some time ago, and she lives with her parents, the girl's grandparents. And then they find out that she's pregnant, but she doesn't want to tell who the father is, and she's a disgrace to the family, so she has to move back in with her daughter. And there's tension there because she's lesbian, and they're like, "Oh no, you can't be a lesbian. You're bringing shame to our family." And it's a sweet little love story in there in Saving Face. Okay, just watch Saving Face. Tootsie is a really good movie. South Africa, really well made, really emotional film. Bajrangi Bhaijaan. It's an Indian film that we watched, and oh my god, it was amazing. It was like 2 hours and 43 minutes, and a lot of that's because of a lot of slow motion stuff. But you know, our professor's telling us this is basically Bollywood cinema right now, and it has a lot of like a really typical Bollywood cinema stuff, but still really well made movie, really emotional, and all the colors are so bright. It's just I really enjoy that movie. So yeah, don't walk up to me and say, "Don't have you seen, how could you have not seen the Lord of the Rings?" Well, have you seen any of those movies that I listed? No, then go away. But Tarantino, love him. Still trying to round up this question. Um, I said Spielberg. Okay, so I said Lucas, Spielberg, Tarantino, Zemeckis. Let's just name five. Um, I can think. Oh, especially right now, Ari Aster. Oh my god. And Hereditary and Midsummer are just fantastic movies. Hereditary being the better movie, but Midsummer being the better made and better looking movie. Despite Hereditary being the better film overall. Just the guy knows how to make you unsettled and just disturbed by whatever's on screen. So I'll just say those five directors in terms of my biggest inspirations as of now. Next question. From a guy I played football with, KG. What got you into doing movie reviews and such? Because I like talking about movies so much. I used to do movie reviews on Instagram, or with whatever word limit there was. I just put out all my thoughts on a film that I watched. And I decided, let's just do YouTube. I can say whatever I want, no word limit, nothing. And it's something I've really come to enjoy doing because I love talking about movies. I love talking about the filmmaking. I love talking about the morals you can get out of them, the acting, everything. So, and it's a better way for me to dissect a film and figure out what's good and what's bad with it, because I have to figure out what I have to do as a filmmaker to get people engaged, to get people invested in something. So in terms of that, I can figure out what makes a movie good or what makes a movie bad, and then I'll say, okay, let me use this for myself. Not only for my sakes of making movies in the future, but for sakes of figuring out what makes a movie good or bad. And I can tell you guys, go watch a movie. I can tell you guys, don't watch a movie. And out of all the movies I've seen, I really enjoyed all of them. All the movies I've reviewed, I've enjoyed all of them, really. Except Jurassic World 2. It sucks. It really sucks. My least favorite movie that I've seen in the past, I don't know, years is Jurassic World 2. It's just garbage. And it's saved by the directing and Chris Pratt. And the score. Michael Giacchino did a really good score for that movie. But John A. Boyena, I think his name is, the guy who directed the film, did his best with what he got. And he really, really makes the film visually interesting. Let's see. Next question that I got. From a long time ago, from my sister Christina, come home. And I did come home. I wanted to do one before Thanksgiving. And I went home, okay. For my friend Juan, a long time ago too. What would you sell your soul to the devil for? I wouldn't, because I don't want to burn in hell and have to suck the devil's Tootsie Pop for eternity. But in terms, to be with it, to have the joke, to like play in terms of the joke, for the sequel trilogy of Star Wars to be good, to be a good trilogy. I think it's clear to say that based off of what I was saying about the Star Wars trilogy, the sequel trilogy, that I really, really changed my thoughts about the rise of Skywalker. I really liked it at first, and nothing will take away that experience. Like, look, I have a pin from watching an opening night. Okay, I have a pin for being like the first set of people in Stockton to see that movie. I don't care about that. And it was something I will just hold to my heart forever. Being able to see how they wanted to end Star Wars, or the Skywalker saga, really. Look, I even kept this because like I got a free popcorn thing, and it was like the scan is in the shape of the Millennium Falcon. That's really cool. That's cool, you know. I love little trinkets like that. I love just having little things like that. Which is why I have a rock collection, but I don't have it here. I have it back at home. My family makes fun of me for having my rock collection. And they're really cool rocks too. You know, I don't care what anyone says. But yeah, the sequel trilogy for Star Wars would be good. That's what I'd sell my soul to the devil for. In playing with the joke, but no, I won't actually do that. For my friend Sebi, do you like The Shining? I really do like The Shining, yes. I know everyone says it's such an amazing horror film, and I agree with that. I really think it's a great horror movie, and Stanley Kubrick did a fantastic job directing it. But I'm not going to milk the cow and say it's one of the greatest horror movies ever. It's a really good movie. I'm just not in love with it as everyone else is. And I'm interested in seeing Doctor Sleep, but it's just that I don't love The Shining as much as everyone else does. I mean, it's interesting. I just think it's just a tad bit too slow. And a couple things just probably don't make sense to people. But if you sit down and decipher the film or watch other people decipher the film, then it'll probably make sense. Like, there's a scene where there's like a guy in a bear suit giving fellatio to a guy in a bed. And people will be like, dude, what the hell? What's this? You know, people are like, oh no, because Danny, I think is the kid's name is Danny, whatever, he has a bear on his shirt. So Jack Torrance, whatever the frick his name is, Jack Nicholson's character, made his son do fellatio on him, and that's why he's so traumatized, whatever. You could say that, I don't care, but it's just that you would have to like really try to break down the movie so much to do that. And why would one do that? Because like, I don't know, don't listen to me on this. It's just, The Shining, good movie, really well made movie, just it's not my favorite cup of tea. I'll rewatch it at multiple points in my life. It's just, I'm not gonna say it's the greatest movie ever, the greatest horror movie ever. My friend Rodrigo, when will I be on the podcast? This is before he was on the podcast, I think. This couldn't have been before Thanksgiving then, like right before Thanksgiving. But you're on the podcast, Rodrigo. There you go. Do I have anything else? I'm seeing if I had questions saved. Sebi again. Dunkirk or 1917? I haven't seen Dunkirk. But I heard it was a really, really good movie, and Christopher Nolan is another great filmmaker. I've only seen Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and Inception. All really, really well made movies, especially The Dark Knight and Inception. Just fantastic. Just like some of the best movies in the past, like in the last decade. But I hear my roommates talking. But I did like 1917 a lot. I know a lot of people don't like it as much, but I still really find a lot of value in it. So my thoughts on that are, I can't say. Another person, when will you chop all your hair off? I don't know if that's the type of question you're looking for. I'm not gonna chop my hair off. I'll probably trim it a little, maybe. I don't know, but I really like having my long hair. See how long this is? Do you see how long this is? This is really long. This is the longest it's ever been, and I think it's getting longer by the day. And I'm pretty sure if I straighten it out, it'll get extremely long, because my hair is really curly. But not anytime soon. I'm not looking to put any scissors to my hair. I really like my hair right now. I've been growing it out since December of 2014. So, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've been growing it out for well over 5 years. Can't believe I had to count that. What's wrong with me? What else do I got? This is from Chase. My Devin, my roommate's brother. He said he watches all my videos and he's really cool for that. Help! No, I'll read it the way it's spelled. Help! Mayonnaise is coming out of my pee-pee. Not a question, but I hope you fix that soon. That's sounds really traumatizing to have mayonnaise coming out of your pee-pee. But if you have a bun nearby, put it on your bun and make a burger out of it. I mean, I'm not sure how good mayonnaise pee-pee or pee-pee mayonnaise tastes, but if it's mayonnaise, then I don't know. Use it. Don't let it go to waste. I hope I have more questions. Let's see. Dang. No one's gonna be asking me questions. I guess I don't have any more questions for now. Hopefully people will ask some later. But yeah. I guess that's all the questions I have for now. I'm not sure how long I've been recording for, but hopefully this will be a pretty long podcast. Hopefully this can be over an hour. I bought a Switch. Not a Switch. I'm done. I bought a Nintendo 3DS off of Wildfire. It's really cool. It's the first version of the 3DS. So it has this weird outline on the bottom screen. So it makes imprints on the line on top. On the screen on top, and that's annoying. That's the annoying thing about the first model of the Nintendo 3DS, but it still works, and it's cool. I really like it. The guy sold it to me for $70 with Pokemon X and Super Mario 3D Land, and I can't wait to play more of 3D Land because I heard it's a good game. But in terms of playing Pokemon X, I've probably played it for about 2 hours or so. I haven't gone against the first gym yet because I'm trying to level up my Pokemans. But I caught my first shiny Pokemon that wasn't the red Gyarados that you get in the Gen 2 games in Gen 4. But it had to be a Pikachu. It had to be a Pikachu. And, Pikachu's cool and all, but it's not the best Pokemon ever, It's the face of the franchise, and it has every right to be as well deserved of a franchise face as it is, but it had to be a freaking Pikachu. It couldn't have been any other Pokemon throughout my entire life of playing it. It had to be a freaking Pikachu. And it was so early on in the game, too. And I was so surprised. I was half asleep. And I heard the glimmers and the shines, and I saw a Pikachu, and it was so shiny. I was like, oh my god, I have to have it. And, you know, at least it's a shiny Pokemon that I caught. So that's something. Wow. I'm actually playing this game. I wasn't even playing it. Can I go up more? Guess not. Let's climb to the left. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Crisscross. Chop chop real smooth. Oh, this sucks. Come on. Come on. Oh god, this is gonna blow. Star Wars, this Fallen Order thing's a really, really well made game. Oh god. Don't they see I'm climbing here? I'm walking here! That's from Midnight Cowboy, another film on my watch list. I'm not sure what else I have to say, but alright, I'm just gonna say this, I'm a single Pringle. Yeah, I'm not in my relationship anymore. You guys probably know that. If you don't, well, now you know. Just things didn't work out, and that's it. Little life update right there. But actually, let me show you guys my camera. Hold on. You guys can still hear me. I'm just gonna take it out of my bag. Shout out to the Padre for getting me this camera. And my Madre. Anyways, this is it. This is the beauty right here. Let's just, I don't have an SD card in here, so I really can't shoot anything. Oh, they're right here. But I can't do anything with SD cards because well, I can delete stuff. But anyways, it came with this lens, 24 millimeters, and I got this lens and a lens adapter for 50 millimeters. And just neat things. You know, really nice cameras, really nice looking pictures. And I'm thinking that I want to do photography. No, I'm gonna do photography. It's interesting to me. One day, a friend of mine said, "Chris, let's go around campus and take a bunch of pictures." I said, "Okay, that's dope." And we just walked around campus, took a bunch of pictures, and I saw an advertisement for someone that said $100 for a half hour. Oh no, time to kill all these scout troopers. Anything with a lightsaber is automatically cool. So that's why Fallen Order that's a reason why Fallen Order is such a cool game. Oh my god. Stormtrooper is just covered in dust and everything. But where else can I go from here? What was I saying before? Yeah, so I was thinking I could charge way less for something that I could do probably at the same rate as them. Oh, are we gonna assassinate them? Oh my god, that was so stupid. So I guess it's like that's getting two helmets of a stormtrooper, just tapping them together like that instantly knocks them out. It didn't look like he had used that much force. Not like the force, like force as a physical force. It's so dumb. Anyways, though. So photography is something I really want to do because if I can tell a story in a frame, in a picture, then I'm pretty sure I can tell a story in a film, in skits and short stories and stuff. not sure what else I can say in this episode of the Slice Podcast, episode 7, where I give you a slice of my mind. Oh, I got a funny story, a funny fast food story I wanted to tell. So, they made me a closer at work. We close at 11 on Mondays through Thursdays. No, Sundays through Thursdays, and on Fridays and Saturdays we close at midnight. And it wasn't a Friday or Saturday when I was closing this time, but I closed, and this wasn't when I was making food, because when we close, I just make whatever I want. You know, I make whatever burger I want, I make whatever chicken sandwich I want, or whatever, make whatever. And before I actually did that, I didn't eat at work, because I was like, I don't want to eat fast food all the time. God, that's disgusting. Anyways, so get out of work, and I'm walking home. It's like a 20-minute walk from the campus. And as I'm walking home, but before that, I'm like, man, I'm really hungry, and there's nothing to eat at the place. So I walked over to another fast food establishment next door, and I knew the lobby was closed, but I was like, I don't have a car. So hopefully they let me order in the drive-thru as I walk, because I have money. So I get in the drive-thru. I see that there's people in the fast food establishment, and I talk in the little microphone thing. I said, "Hello, anyone there? I'm just hungry. I have money. I can pay. I don't know if I can do this or not, but can you just let me know, please?" I get no response after a while, so I'm standing there for a couple minutes because I go, hopefully someone notices this. Hopefully someone sees me, because they have they get notified when a car comes into place, and I was hoping they'd at least notice me, because they have cameras too. And I see a guy leave the fast food establishment, and I'm looking at him like, yeah. So now there's one guy I see in the place. I'm hoping that he notices me, hoping that Senpei notices me. But anyways, a car drives up. I get out the way. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry." And then I hear, welcome to blank. How may I help you?" Oh, I can say what the place is, because I don't work there. It was a Taco Bell. I want to go to a Taco Bell and get something late at night. And he said, "Hi, welcome to Taco Bell. How may I help you?" And sir, in the camera, second camera, please leave. You don't have a car. Please leave. I go, "Oh, now you want to recognize me. Now you want to talk to me." I mean, I had money. I mean, I would have given you money. Come on. I just wanted something to eat. Be cool, please. Come on. I don't have a car, but still, something at least. So I walked home hungry. I guess that was it. That's the story. Working at this fast food place is really, really damaging me, though, because I bring home cookies at night. Bring home cookies and other desserts. Another dessert. Pies. I bring home cookies and pies whenever we have them. But when I do so, it's a lot. And at least it's not all chocolate chip. There's oatmeal raisin and the pies that we have too. Oatmeal raisin cookies too. And it's just a lot. I have a lot. Just a bag of a lot of stuff. And, it's not terrible. It's something, Anyways, I think this episode is going to be uploaded today, probably right after recording this. I think that's all we have to say for now, as of what's going on in my life and what I've been up to and whatnot. Yeah. Anyways, I think that's it. I think I'm gonna wrap it up for now. This has been the Slice Podcast, episode 7. And the long-awaited return of me, your king. Your favorite YouTuber, right? I'm your favorite YouTuber. The 12 people that actually watch my channel. And I don't think anyone's gonna legit sit through this entire podcast, but I don't care. I'm gonna put it out anyways. Because I promised that I'd have an episode of the Slice Podcast out. So when I promise something, I'm gonna follow up on that promise. I hope. Anyways, the Slice Podcast. I gave you a slice of my mind for I don't know how long this episode's gonna be. There's gonna be cuts in the episode, and that's whatever. Because I might have to get a new SD card for this. I don't know why it stops recording. I mean, it's recording now. I don't know why it stopped earlier though. I don't know. I don't get the issue. And I remember I even took this out on Light Scouts for like an hour and a half at a point. I recorded for an hour and a half at a couple points of the day, so I can at least get, some nature. Oh, one more thing before I leave. One more thing. For a class with other classmates, my non-studio production class, I'm shooting a portrait project, which is basically just a small documentary, a 5-minute documentary thing. And we all get our own edits of it, but I'm going to have my own edit, and I'm going to upload my own edit to my YouTube channel, to this channel, where you guys can see this portrait project. And it's really interesting. It's about my roommate Devin and how he's a Buddhist. And I think it's going to turn out really good. The problem is that I have a lot of the footage from the first day of shooting where we shot the interview, and some footage from B-roll and other things from the second day. The only problem is I tried uploading a file onto a Google Drive so all of us can use it, and it would have taken 12 hours. And I tried putting it on a flash drive, but I can only do one file at a time because they're so big. So I can use my roommate's computer because he has like a good computer and I have a laptop. Might be in the market for a new laptop too. But anyways, it's gonna be tough having to work around that. I'll just have to manually do it. I'm gonna buy what's it called? I'll buy an external hard drive. Probably some other things too. I got Prime now. I'm an Amazon Prime member. I get it for 6 months for free because I'm a student. So anyways, yeah, I think that's it now. This has been the Slice Podcast, episode 7. And I hope you enjoyed this. Give it a like. Tell me what you thought about this in the comments below. And, share with a friend. Share this podcast with all of your friends, because I have such an interesting life, because I'd like for other people to hear what I have to say. So, I will see you guys next time. I'll see you guys with more movie reviews, with more skits, with a video essay on Ruby coming out soon. Spelled RWBY. Go check it out if you want. Anyways, that's going to be it for today. This will be uploaded today, right after, and I hope you all have a good time. And I'll see you all next time, and bye.